Hey, sorry, everybody. Hello, everybody. It's Monday night, and it is Sidekick Power Hour, and I am your host, Joshua R. Pangborn. Welcome to another episode of Sidekick Power Hour. We come to you every Monday from our little corner of the Crooniverse. Every Monday for 5 to 6 months or so, and then we take half a year off. But this right now, we are in the middle of our season, and I am so excited to be here with you all tonight. If this is your first time tuning in to Sidekick Power Hour, we are a live stream show from my New York City apartment, which you can probably hear in the background because it's very New York sounding around here, with the fire trucks and the cars passing by. um, we come to you every Monday night from Sidekick Productions to celebrate all the folk who do queer, fat positive, sex positive, horror, or any sort of combination thereof, or our allies. And we like to celebrate all of the work that they do because that's the work that we put out in the world at Sidekick Productions, and that's the work that we like to see other people putting out as well. And our dear friend uh, Ben is in the audience. It's been a while. I'm so glad to see you. And we also have another wonderful friend. Happy Monday. I had a good weekend. I hope you did too. We're getting ready to go film some Skeleton Crew this week. So I am really excited for that. And I did some editing this weekend for Skeleton Crew as well. I also did some editing for The Art of Blowing It. And our tonight's special guest is in both of those shows. So can't wait for them to see the new seasons that are coming out. But in the meantime, let me give you a quick catch up on what we're doing at Sidekick Productions. We are swiftly putting together the Blu-ray and streaming options for A Taste of Youth, and so I'm really excited for that to be available for all of you. I did some work on that this weekend, and I hope to have that ready for you no later than June, I think. We're also working on the contract, and if you are a member of the Patreon, you will be able to see a very special post tomorrow from about the contract. So I encourage you, if you're not a member of the Patreon, you're missing out on all of these wonderful little extras that we have there. So go to patreon.com/sidekick productions. And for as little as $3 a month, you can see a ton of behind the scenes things. You can watch a lot of our shows earlier than everyone else, and you get invited to things that other people don't hear about first. So go to patreon.com/sidekick productions, and you'll be able to join us and see a little bit more. Plus, you'll be able to join our Discord, which is a private Discord at the moment. But tonight's guest is on the Discord, and so am I. And so is a lot of other of our cast and crew. So I encourage you to come along and do that. But that's what we're doing right now at Sidekick Productions. And then, like I said, this week, I'm actually going to be filming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday for Skeleton Crew. So this is a very busy Skeleton Crew week. And I am really excited for you to see what's cooking and up and coming together. It's going to be a very, very special season, I think. And I can't wait for you to see it. But I will not give you any hints, so don't ask for any. I promise no hints or clues or anything. All I can tell you is that tonight's special guest and I are both in the season. So that's the only clues you'll get right now. But before we bring on tonight's special guest, I know that she just put out a brand new song a few weeks ago. And I thought we would start by celebrating that and playing that for everyone to see and hear. So before we start anything else, here is beautiful and wonderful video and song from our very special guest, Reverend. And I pushed the wrong button. There we go. And here is Did You Know by Reverend Yolanda.
Well, did you know that love is your true identity? And did you know that love is all encompassing? And everything you fear is now all dissolving. Love is not in conflict, love simply is. Love is inclusive, it surrounds and transcends. Ooh, love is all there is. Love is inclusive, love is all encompassing. Well, did you know that love has no opposite? And did you know that no one is left outside of it? No one in exile, all of us are a part of it. Love is not in conflict, love simply is. Love is inclusive, it surrounds and transcends. Ooh, love is all there is. Love is inclusive, love is all encompassing. That's right now. Let's sing it again. Love is not in conflict, love simply is. Love is inclusive, it surrounds and transcends. Ooh, love is all there is. Love is inclusive, love is all encompassing. Love is all encompassing. Love is all encompassing. Love is all encompassing.
I'm muted. There we go.
Oh,
It's not you, it's me.
I wasn't sure.
One of us. Hi, Yolanda.
Hi, thank you for playing that. That was so sweet.
Of course, it's a beautiful song. It's such a you song.
It's a me song, yeah.
It's such a you song. It really, it's like a quintessential Yolanda song.
It is.
And
it is.
I love the video is beautiful as well.
Well, thank you.
It was put together really beautifully with some lovely both not B-roll, I guess B-roll, yeah. I guess some lovely behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
It's really lovely. It's such a good thing for this song, I think. It's such a good representation of this song.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, oh gosh, I've had so much fun recording with Kimberly, my new producer, and when we filmed this video, it was, well, you could see I'm dancing in the snow. Well,
oh, yes. I was like, I hope she's wearing shoes.
it was so funny because up here, okay, so I live in Vermont I moved from New York to Vermont, and I love it up here, but I'm up on a mountain that I call Glory Land Mountain. And this was the day after Thanksgiving when my friend Steve came up to film. And the day started off, it was kind of cloudy, but it was clear, right? And then by the time we got to doing the filming on the deck, it was a blizzard. It was so funny. But
welcome to life in the mountains. Having grown up where you are, yes, I am very familiar with that.
Exactly. You can see all seasons in one day sometimes,
Oh, yes, you can. I have some. And did I see that, Adam? Are you doing a movie about Glenn?
Oh, yes, that's something I haven't even shared with you yet. Oh my goodness. So many things have happened over the last year that sometimes I can't organize my thoughts, but so a company, a queer production company in New York, is creating a documentary called With Time, and it's interviewing 4 trans elders, and I'm one of those. Yay, I'm an elder now, y'all.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah, yay. I'm still here, even
that's very important. We were very glad that you were still here. So.
Yes, exactly. So we spent a week in September filming in New York, just talking and discussing and telling our stories, our life story, and so we did roundtable things. We did things where we were playing games and stood up and we're talking to each other and doing all kinds of fun little things. And then one of the things the directors decided to do was have each one of us pick a moment in our story and actually script it and film it as a scene, like, from either a TV episode or something. And so I picked, of course, my relationship with Glenn, but specifically how we came to get married in the Halloween parade.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah. And so Adam Shapiro, Adam.
I do.
Yeah, Adam Shapiro played Glenn, and I can't wait for this to be released. It's such a joy.
Did you play yourself in that?
I did play myself. And the weirdest thing, it involved, this personally, because, we've talked all about my life and you've written my story and all kinds of stuff. But, there's a part of my life where I'm HIV positive, for all y'all that don't know, but I was experiencing wasting at one point in the early 2000s. And the doctor I had at the time prescribed testosterone for me. And so that, as I always say, was the sex change, because I had never been masculine before, and all of a sudden I was thrust into this masculinity. Well, it just happened to be that was the time of my life that I met Glenn, and we, one thing led to another, and he talked me out of, not really talked me out, but helped me understand that I didn't need to take the testosterone anymore. And here we are today, I became myself. But the reason why I'm saying this right now is because I actually played Roger as well as Yolanda. So they had to apply a fake beard and everything,
yes,
and
of course, yeah.
Pulled my hair back, so it looked like it was cut and all this. It was shocking, Josh. I mean, I look back at pictures and I see myself in these pictures, but it doesn't seem like me at all, right? And then, so for me, so that was an acting stretch, so for me to play Roger, who was definitely a character, um, kind of freaked me out.
I bet. No, I mean, it's gonna be like when you did Skeleton Crew because
Yeah,
we had you play
Glenn.
in season 4 we had you play the evil version of
Oh,
what Glenda would have become, which is
that's right.
the sort of like evil businessman kind of.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
So
that was another shockaroo that day. I remember that one, and I remember having a blue streak in my hair that day for some reason. I don't,
I was like, well, we have a blue. She's got blue hair. It's fine. It's what it is.
I don't know why I did that, but anyway.
Well, I think we all want to watch that. I'm very excited to hear about that and when that's coming out.
Me
That's
too. I don't know. I don't know a date. It's still, there's a lot of editing going on. It's 4 people, and all
as it
that.
always is. So
Yeah, there always is. So I don't know the timeline at all. But wow, what a cool experience.
that's so exciting. So
Yeah, yeah.
so if anyone hasn't met you before, this is Reverend Yolanda. Yolanda, would you like to introduce yourself just briefly in case folk have not encountered you on one of our many shows, which I think is impossible, but you never know. It might be somebody. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm Yolanda, Reverend Yolanda. I went to seminary and had a church and all that stuff. And I call myself a trans femme gender queer person, singer songwriter, and interfaith minister. And yeah, it's been quite a journey, as you well know. And with us working together for 10 years in all of these, in Skeleton Crew and all the other things, Taste of Youth, Art of Blowing It, all of the stuff we've done together, it's been very helpful to me personally, not only to hone my acting chops, but to be a part of something that helps me understand myself better. Has really, your scripts have been so, uh, I want to say healing, and they have, but it's something more than that. It's like an insight into my own journey that I didn't have. So I don't know, somehow, playing Glenn/Glenda in Skeleton Crew was a real turning point for me, personally, professionally, everything. So, and then as we moved along, and he started including me in the body horror things. At first I was a little like, "Ah," and I learned so much from that. I loved being in A Taste of Youth. Absolutely loved that role and that character. And in a lot of ways, I feel like it prepared me for my episode in The Beauty that's coming up.
yes, because if you don't know, folks, and you again, you should because everyone should. Yolanda is going to be on this week's episode of The Beauty on FX or Hulu or wherever you're watching it.
Yeah.
But you should be watching it. So Yolanda just worked with Ryan Murphy, the much richer version of me. But I actually I do think that Ryan Murphy and I have a lot in common in terms
I
of
think we do too. That's what I'm saying. It's not just gore and blood. It's, of course that's present in the thing, but I've been able to look past, it's not just that. And there's a way that the blood and guts frame important issues that we want to talk about. And that has revealed something to me that I'm still trying to name, but it's like, well, as an example, in The Beauty, the assassin, right? The guy that Anthony Ramos, who plays
Yeah.
the assassin. I just love him, and he's playing this despicable character, right? But when he sang in the episode where he sang Christopher Cross's song "Sailing,"
Mm-hmm.
I just lost my shit. Melted, and that didn't take away from. It's like he's still an assassin, you know,
Yep.
right? And even in Glenda's adventures, I love that you cast me in that, and what we discover about her being an assassin. You know what I mean? So there's a commonality in all of us, regardless of our behavior or what we do or what the path is that we're on, even if it's horrible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a spark in all of us that is the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm beginning to sort of name that, and you know, and it's something that I'm beginning to realize in all of us, and it doesn't excuse anybody from doing horrible things to people, which we're experiencing, you know, all over the place. But I am really glad that we have this genre where you know, people can explode and blood and guts are all over the place, and it just takes us some, if we allow it, you know, it can take us on a journey through the horror to something else. You see what I'm getting at?
100%.
That's what's working for me.
That's one of the powers of horror, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
horror can just be plain fun,
yeah,
but horror is always political.
it
It
is.
always has been, it always will be.
Yeah,
The people who say horror is not a political genre are naive at best and lying at worst. Because
that's really good. Could you speak a little more about that? I want to hear a little more of your
sure,
thoughts about that.
absolutely. I mean, horror is always about the outsiders, the people who
Yes,
are not accepted, the people who
yes,
are different, the people
yes.
who need to find a way to belong, and if they can't find a way to belong, they react accordingly.
Yeah,
Horror is not just political. Often horror is extremely queer. Horror
yeah,
is horror. There's a reason that queer people have gravitated towards horror for the entire existence of horror, basically. And it's
yeah,
because horror gives us people to look at and see ourselves in.
yeah,
We may not go and haunt children's dreams like Freddy Krueger and try to kill them, but we understand people who are othered. We understand
we
people who are
do.
different.
Yeah,
And and often horror is made by people who were queer, and
yeah,
uh, now it is a lot more explicit. Now it's able to be more explicit as a genre, which is queer.
yeah,
But it's a queer genre. It's a political genre. It's
yeah,
about making statements.
yes, yes,
It's about um family, finding identity, finding
mhm,
who you are, and sometimes who you are is considered a monster by society, and
exactly. Yeah,
sometimes the only way you can react is by giving them the monster they want to be, and that's what you get with things like that's what you get with all the protests of the 60s, 70s, 80s. You get
yeah,
I mean, people say you should comply,
right,
to use current terminology maybe,
yeah,
and but it's like, no, if you comply you cease to exist, or you
yeah,
become nothing acceptable, you
yeah,
become too acceptable, and you lose who you are.
yeah,
um Ben's jumping in as well. Horror is transgressive, and
yeah.
transgression pushes the edges of normality, and that initiates progress. Absolutely.
Yes,
um
absolutely. Yeah, truly. I see that now. That's thanks to you and my ex-husband Glenn, who insisted that I watch the entire however many seasons it was of The Walking Dead, and it just
mhm.
freaked me.
Well, there's a lot in there for you to explore.
Uh-huh.
The Walking Dead is The Walking Dead's an example of so many things happening. I mean,
Yeah.
that's about society resetting and what
Hmm.
that means for the world.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
have to start from scratch. But there's a lot of queer folk who celebrate and explore horror in a way that is educational.
Yes.
I know the Sean Abley, who did the foreword for the hardcover version of my book. He
Mm.
has written. He's been the editor for a book on basically the queer encyclopedia of queer horror.
Mm.
And That's an incredible book. He also
Wow.
does a lot of work on Fangoria magazine, which is
Oh,
one of the premier magazines for horror. Everyone, which
ah,
you know that,
yes,
and he
yes.
does a lot of articles specifically about queer and queer folk and horror. Um, it's really quite special to see people recognizing that, and I know I know that it's a genre that uh allows for so much to happen in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
that because you don't have to worry about the bounds of reality in it. You can sort of
Yes.
you can push a little bit further, and that allows for camp. It allows and
Yeah.
you can have something that's so campy and also still so scary and also still so important. So,
And romantic. I mean,
yes.
it's so weird, the combination of all of these things, but life is like that. Life is horrible, romantic, scary, fun, exhilarating, like all of these things, and it's really, well, I'm also right now, as I'm watching the beauty episodes rolling out, I'm also rewatching True Blood,
Oh,
which,
yes.
oh
Yeah.
God, which I absolutely love, always did. But since it's Southern, it's giving me a sort of understanding into my own melancholia, and
Yep.
my own Southern Gothic heritage kind of thing. So when I really look back at it, and when I look at what I just loved as a kid, I would rush home from school to see Dark Shadows, and
Yes,
uh,
absolutely.
yeah, it was so queer to me. It was really something that I loved, and I always loved the classic monster movies, Dracula,
Mhm.
and vampire and werewolves and all that. Um, so it is here as a part of who I am, but you know, I got to a place in my life where I thought, oh, no, 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 I can't, I can't look at that. I can't watch that. I can't, that'll disturb my peace. Well, I've transcended that barrier and have actually found a new peace, if you will, um, from just processing all of what comes up when I watch these things. And I don't know, Glenn's passing had a lot to do with that
Mhm.
too, because, and it's significant to me that I'm releasing the first song I released. So I'm recording a new album, with Kimberly,
Mhm.
and the song you just played was the first one I've released, and it's significant to me that it's a really joyful song from the depths of pain, grief, and suffering. So there's something new that's happening over here within this multidimensional experience.
I'm
You
really happy to hear that because I think that will be really well, you're always good at reinventing your sound anyway. Like
Yeah,
the music you've shared with me over the years, it's always something new and something different, and you are very alive as an artist when it comes to making music. You sort of you evolve with your music evolves with you basically.
It
So
does. It does. It does. Um, that's why I do things in different um, musical genres and
yeah,
stuff like that. You know, one genre can't hold me.
fair and valid. I think that's very accurate actually. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, just all of this exploring, over the last 10 years working with you has been so beneficial to me. So, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, always
well,
for all the opportunities.
I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad that it has continues to happen because
Yeah.
you are such a joy to be around and a person that I always enjoy having and working with because
Mm,
it just makes me happy to work with you and hear
yeah.
your insight and your thoughts and evolve alongside you because I think both of us are very different people than we were 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. I agree.
uh,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
um,
And I can't wait to see this new season of Skeleton Crew and also The Art of Blowing It. Um, I remember when we were filming this season of Art of Blowing It, it was Glenn's passing was very fresh for
yeah,
me.
yes.
And I had a breakdown on set. I lost it. And what I was so happy about in that moment was not only that you guys were there for me, um, but that I was able to use that emotion
Mhm.
for that scene. And I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see that scene. You know.
I think I think you'll be really happy with it.
Yeah.
For everyone who doesn't know because no one does except for me because and Yolanda because we were there. I had written a storyline for season 2 with Ashley for uh 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 basically I brought a little bit of me into season 2 when Ashley asked me to help her write it.
Yeah.
And so I brought a little bit of me, which means I push things a little bit differently than Ashley does in the queer areas. And one of those things was a storyline that I wrote for Emmy and her nanas that and this predated Glenn's passing. And so
Yeah.
it was not something that I would probably have written maybe if it had happened if I was writing it still but after Glenn had passed just because I wouldn't have put you in that situation I think
I'm
but
glad you did. I'm glad it happened. I really am. It was cathartic for me, and really, I feel like it was good for the scene. So yeah.
it was very good for the scene. It's a very
Yeah.
beautiful scene.
Mhm.
It's a very raw scene and
Yeah.
it's very powerful to watch it as I'm editing it so it's definitely quite powerful and your scene partner as well Marjorie
Yeah.
gives some beautiful moments afterward as well
Yeah.
that happen in one of her talking heads that she gives
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
so, so season 2 is going to have a lot. And again, season 2 of Art of Blowing it's still as wacky, wild, and fun as season
Yeah.
1 was. It just also it has me pushing the boundaries a little bit more with queer stuff because that's what I do. When you
Yeah.
ask me as a writer to come on, that's what you're gonna get. So
Yay.
so yes. And then I think that uh there's something interesting going on for Glenda in season 6 of Skeleton Crew. We
Yeah.
won't talk about that because I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil anything for that. But
Oh, I know. I loved it. I loved it. I love. Yeah. I don't want to do spoilers either, but boy, did I love that season. I just loved filming that season. That was so great.
And we were able to you were the first stuff we filmed for season 6. So
Oh goodness.
well,
Oh.
no, that's a lie. Because we filmed stuff in 2020 for the bar, and then we filmed stuff with me and Nakia at Vegas. So, but you were the official proper start of season 6. So, um, but yeah, no, I am so glad that you've always been a part of what we do, and
Yeah,
I will always want to have you do more stuff with us. But now you're just blowing up. You're too busy to be with us and everything.
oh, please, never, ever. We'll see, obviously I hope I get more work. I mean, I'm only in this one episode in the beauty, but it is, you know, the the storyline of my character is actually pivotal in a way to the whole series.
Oh,
Uh,
for sure. Based on the stuff that the reviewers have posted,
yeah,
it's quite important, I think.
it is, and we've already sort of, you know, Ashton Kutcher, who plays I can't remember his name, the character's name, but um,
Him.
yeah, him, him, the corporation, I think they call it, um, uh, has already made reference to my episode twice. In talking about, well, I'm not going to spoil that either because
Don't spoil anything. No,
yeah,
we have to go in really excited
yeah, yeah,
without hearing a thing.
yeah.
But and David's here. Hi, David. I think you and David should make music at some point together because
Oh, that'd be great.
David has a wonderful voice as well, and David is a
Oh,
great musician.
oh, wonderful.
And he's based out of Boston, so it's not too far from you.
That's right. I'm closer to Boston now than in a way. Well, actually, probably the same distance, but yeah, pretty. Very close to Boston because I'm in southern
Yeah.
Vermont, so that's pretty close.
And David's also a brilliant artist. He does some amazing paintings, which you've seen in my apartment. So
Oh, wow. Okay, we have a lot in common. Hi, David.
David, I'm encouraging you to reach out to Yolanda at some point and everything. So.
Cool. Well, David, these are my paintings right here.
Yes, are they from New York or are they new?
No, they're from New York.
I
This
knew you had a lot of paintings in New York, but
yes.
they were all sort of. It's a New York apartment, so things
Yes.
get sort of piled up on top of each other.
Exactly. Which they are here at my house here. They're just everywhere. I mean, I had so many paintings, and Glenn collected artwork and sculpture and all kinds of things. We had so much artwork that we couldn't even unpack it all in our New York apartment, and a lot of it was in storage. But when I moved up here, I unpacked everything, and it's all over the it's kind of fun. It's like a little Yolanda and Glenn museum over here.
I mean, as it should be. That's sort of what you would want it to be. So
Yeah, you're gonna have to come visit. We're gonna have to film something in the. So I live in a trailer, y'all. I live in a classic mid-century trailer, 1966 or 7 or something, single wide, classic what you think of as a trailer, and I just love it. I feel so John Waters. I feel so Egg Lady,
And I mean, that is exactly how I grew up. So you
Really?
living my life. My house was my house. I grew up in a classic trailer like that. So
Oh, I love it! Oh my God!
it was like I think 70 feet long by 10 feet wide. So
Yeah. That's it. That's what it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I just love it.
Yeah.
I just think it's the
It's
most
nice
fun
when you live alone, but having 4 people in there, plus all of the mother's pets and cats and dogs,
that's a lot.
it got a little crowded at times for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be crowded because, yeah, really, being alone here with my cats is enough. You know what I mean? That's like totally enough.
Well, David's inviting you if you ever come by the South End to come by because he can get an autograph from you. So.
Oh, that's so sweet. One of my band mates lives in Boston, Tyler Flowers, and so we've been talking about doing a gig down there. So maybe I'll get down there soon.
You should. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
I also have to someday I'll have to introduce you or get you to come and join the Gilbert Baker Film Festival, people. Um, Jennifer saw your work in A Taste of Youth,
Really?
and she's a huge fan of what you do and everything. And
Wow.
she puts together. She's really quite. She runs the Gilbert Baker Film Festival, which you know Gilbert Baker.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, he's the one who designed the rainbow flag. The Gilbert Baker Film Festival is associated with the Gilbert Baker Foundation, and they do she does a very queer film festival every year for the summer, which is all online.
Oh,
And
you're kidding. How cool.
every Saturday she'll host like a 24-hour Zoom call for people who want to drop in from around the world and just talk and connect and everything. And I feel like that's something that you would really connect to. She also is really big. There's a couple other film festivals that I think that you that are for lesbian and trans women that she's connected to and everything that you would probably really uh, enjoy being part of and all that. So I'll have
Wow,
to make
that
sure
sounds cool.
next time she does an event, I'll have to talk to you about it and have you come
Okay.
and drop by because I know that that's now that you have everything set up at home, you can just
Yeah.
log onto your Zoom and all that. So
Yeah. I practically live on Zoom these days, but
well, again, given that I know where you're from now,
yeah,
there's not much else to do up there. So
yeah, it's true. But I do want to mention, like in the video for my song, all of that hugging and everything. So we're different people in the community around here. Some
oh,
I've known before, and some I'm just now meeting. But wow, what a gorgeous, loving community there is up here. It's absolutely
Vermont is
wonderful.
a beautiful place
It
for
is.
the community for accepting queer people for
Yeah,
being part of the queer community.
yeah.
It's well, Vermont is it's accurate to say I think Vermont is full of the aging hippies of the U.S.
It
So
is. We're all up here on Gloryland Mountain.
which is magical and wonderful. So
It is magical and wonderful. It's quite the thing up here. I love it. I've got all kind of well, there's a lot of queer people up and down the road that I live on. I mean, really, and all kind of all around because, well, you know my story, but I for those of you who don't know, like, I lived in Vermont in the '90s, and with for a brief time lived with a group called the Radical Fairies, which some of you may know. Um, Gender queer, all kinds of expressions of gender, and earth-based spirituality, and um, gatherings in the woods, and things like that. And so that, and I helped found a community called Destiny up here, and so that community is actually maybe 20 minutes away from where I live right now. So there are a lot of people from that community that I know that are around, this area. But not only then, and so that was easy to move up here because, I had those longtime friends, but also just the new friends that I'm meeting. Like when I mentioned in the credits, when I was rolling the credits after the song, this group of women at the Center for Solace, which is a hospice here in Brattleboro. Uh, that group of women, oh my God, I just love them. They're so wonderful. And, all of us lost our husbands about the same time. And so we had so much to talk about, and to relate with to each other. And so now we have a little social group, and we go out and have lunch together and all
oh,
that.
nice, beautiful.
It's so cute. So that picture of all of them, I just love them so much.
Ben says that they met you via the Radical Fairies. So
Oh, yay. Okay, cool. Yes. Yay, fairies. We love you. We love you. Ah,
it's well, I mean, you have done so many different things in your life and connected so many people and connected with so many people. I'm always amazed when I meet somebody and they're like, "Oh, I love Yolanda," and I'm like, I shouldn't be amazed by this anymore because you seem to have touched everyone in some way, shape, or form. I mean, when you met, when Brandon Perez Sanchez told me that he knew you because he was on your show in Burlington
That's
in
right,
in the '90s. I'm like, this is just such a weird world.
isn't
Uh,
it?
but I
Yeah,
love it, every aspect of it. So
I do too. It's so funny. I mean, when I got diagnosed with HIV, I just really didn't. I'm almost 70 now, and I did not expect to be living this long, And then when Glenn passed, he was 59, and I was like, "What?" Like, "What? What?" So the just the synchronicity of how many people have come in and out of my life, and you know, the '80s, even from the '80s in New York City,
mhm.
just wow, Sylvia and Marcia, like all people that I knew and met, and just it's amazing. It's really incredible. I
I often like to tell people that you are queer history basically because you've connected you've touched so many different eras of the queer rights movements. You've
yeah,
been part of them. You've made queer history. So you are such an important person in the community, and I'm glad that people are recognizing you and you're being recognized for that. Well, not for that specifically, but you're being recognized for the amount of talent and amazing skills that you have. So
well, thank you. Yeah, it's quite a journey. Quite a journey for sure. So yeah, thank you very much.
oh no, of course. I think it's beyond time that people will recognize you, and I think it's and again, a taste of youth makes me think about that.
Yeah,
How great it is that you are a queer elder and a trans elder specifically,
yeah,
because we just so many people we don't have enough of them because of the 80s and what happened in the 80s. And so
truly.
the fact that you are putting yourself out there and making sure that people hear your stories is so important because it's not getting any it may have seemed like it was getting easier to be queer, but I think that that is a very inaccurate statement at this point, and
Yeah, it's
things
quite
have
a
gone
thing.
backwards a little bit, so or a lot, a
Quite a
bit.
thing. We will get through it though. Have hope,
We will,
everyone. We
we will.
will. We will get through it, and it will be better. I mean, I remember Anita Bryant, for God's sakes,
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I'll never forget when somebody threw a pie in her face. It was hilarious. Oh my God, it was so hilarious. Um, but yeah, no, so the queer community has made much progress from my vision point, right? Even where we are now, but there's always pushback, and that pushback seems to get louder and more violent and whatever. Um, however, we have lived through it before, and we will live through it again. And
Mhm.
at this point, I really think we're at a tipping point. You know what I mean? Humanity at large. I'm going to say humanity at large. Um, but the current administration and the other hoo-has in the world that are trying to do the same kind of thing that the felon is trying to do and all that crap, they're gonna they're gonna die. They're gonna fade away, and all this stuff that we're going through right now will transform us, you know, into stronger, more loving people. That's how I look at it.
I
Um,
think that's right. I think 100%. If we didn't think that, then we've given up basically. So
exactly. Well, I've always kind of held that in every stage you know, the 70s, the 80s, you know. Well, I came out of the fourth grade, so that was the 60s, you know. But then, then I had to sort of protect myself and go back in for a while. But, um, you know, at every decade, I find we get stronger,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm proud of us. I know we're resilient, and I know we're on the rise. Well, this is my mantra now. I thrive, I rise, I am entitled to miracles. And so are you, you know, all of us. And so that's the direction that I'm manifesting.
Are you still doing your Sunday services
I
online?
am. I am. So, yes. So, brief history of my reverendness. Um, you know, Glenn and I went to seminary and graduated in 2011, and then we started a church called Church with the Two Drink Minimum in New York City. And it was our church, it was a real church, but we had so much, it was such a fun thing, you know, and people really enjoyed it. We did that from like, I think it was 2016 until 2020 when COVID
Yeah.
happened. And then we affiliated with an online church, which I'm now affiliated with. And so I have my regular Sunday service is at 5 p.m. every Sunday, you know, and I do it with lots of music, and you know, I share uh, reflections and contemplations that I'm working with, and also I share Glenn's wisdom, because he wrote volumes of commentary on a book called A Course in Miracles, and I still hold that class too. We started a Wednesday night study group and spiritual service way back in 2008, every Wednesday
Wow.
night. And I'm still doing that. Yeah, we started that before we even went to seminary, which was one reason why we wanted to go to seminary, because we wanted to officially be ministers. So, I'm still holding that down too. So if anybody's, you know, interested in any of these things, they can email me or something, and I'll share all of the details, you know. But yeah, I'm I'm very committed to that path, you know.
Mhm.
And it's such a joyous path. And I don't say that out of like, you know, I'm generally a happy person, right? Um, as are you, which is why I love being around you. Um,
It's important. We try. So
yeah, we do. Um, and along with that, a, a lot of what people don't see, which I'm not gonna, you know, just blurt out to everybody at you know, all the time or whatever, but there's pain and deep wrestling with life that's going on in here, you know.
Mhm.
And my spiritual practice really helps me walk through that, you know. And that's what brings the joy, is the fact that I can have this pain and know deeply, especially after Glenn's passing, the suffering of others, right? And because have experienced deep suffering myself, and to find the joy through it, you know, to reconcile that life is like this, you know. And it really has helped me to have a consistent spiritual practice. And what I mean by that is like, just as simple as the morning, I get up in the morning and just spend 20 minutes in silence, you know, and that's helps me ground with who I really am, you know,
And it
before I,
sounds like you incorporate it in your music now, even
yeah,
more so, because the
yes.
song I played at the beginning, I had you. I think that was your bowl, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, it was. Yeah.
Which is something you often use to start various things, basically.
Yeah, my services or my talks or whatever. Oh, I'm also, if anybody's in Connecticut ever, I speak regularly at Unity of Norwalk, Connecticut. So that's something new that's been happening this past year, and I really, really enjoy that. It gives me a chance to really, um, you know, give a talk. Which something relatively new to me because Glenn was always the speaker, right?
Yeah.
And I was the music minister. So when he left, I took on both aspects, and so it's really fun. Once a month, I go to Unity of Norwalk and do their Sunday service. So I
Oh, how
speak
nice.
thing. Yeah, it's quite fun. It's a great community. So if anybody wants info on that, just let me know. But yeah, those are the things that I do for my spiritual practice, which really grounds me.
It grounds you, which helps you with being ostentatiously, horrifically horror based now. So, I just saw what time it is, everybody. So we're running out of time. My goodness, it's past 8 o'clock already.
Goodness.
I do want to play the trailer for Yolanda's episode before she goes.
Oh,
And
yes.
end the night because this is pretty darn cool, I think. So
it is, yeah.
Here is the trailer for episode 6 of The Beauty, featuring Reverend Yolanda.
My blood, and mine alone, is the liquid gold here.
You're mad.
If I'm the woman I know I am,
I have to take it.
Our latest data indicates a catastrophic reaction occurs.
That is a bioweapon. How am I supposed to sell this?
FX is The Beauty. All new next Wednesday at 9 on FX and Hulu.
If I didn't know you were in that, I'd still recognize you because of the whole. I've heard your presentation and acting so much that I'm like, oh, that sounds just like Yolanda doing a scene, and it's really beautiful. So.
Oh God, I love that scene. Oh, I can't wait for you to see it.
I am beyond excited, so I can't wait. Yolanda, I could talk to you, as you know, all night long and for the rest of time, but we probably should wrap up because it has been an hour. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. Where can folk find you online?
www.yolanda.net.
Yolanda makes it so easy for us to find her. It's Yolanda.net, everybody. So
Yolanda.net. It has all my socials on there, but basically these days my Instagram got hacked, so basically I can't. So don't go to Instagram. It's not me. But Facebook /Rev Yolanda, REV Yolanda, and YouTube /REV Yolanda. So those are my socials and everything. Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't created a Blue Sky at some point too.
I know. I'm not. I've been thinking about it, but I don't know. I'm not much of a. I was never much of a Twitter or X person.
Oh, yeah.
So
that was very much Glenn. So
that was Glenn. Yeah, that was very much Glenn. Yeah,
I remember Glenn on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Bring
like, oh my goodness, Glenn's tweeting today. So
he's creeping. Yeah.
Anyway, everyone follow Yolanda on Yolanda.net. You can find me pretty much everywhere because if you're here, you already know where to find me. But if you want to help and support us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/SideKick Productions. Remember, you can see Yolanda in a lot of SideKick Production shows, but you can watch her in The Brooklyn Butcher on Prime right now. If you go to Prime, you can watch The Brooklyn Butcher. And later this year, you'll be able to watch her on A Taste of Youth. So I'm very excited. And you'll also be able to watch her on The Art of Blowing It Season 2 and Skeleton Crew Season 6, both coming out later this year as well. So, but you can watch her most immediately on Wednesday on The Beauty on Hulu and FX. So, Yolanda, thank you for joining us tonight. I am thrilled to have had you. Everybody else, have a lovely evening, and I will see you next week.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
And that's the tea.